Oh man, this yogurt. This wee yogurt. Wee. Oh la la. Oh la la. Oh, hey. How are ya? Welcome back. This is Cheryl Gallagher with Body Creation Coaching with me. It's been a couple weeks. I know. A lot of stuff going on in my world. I'll catch you up on it real quick. So a couple weeks ago, my mom she went into hospice care and passed away. And through the whole experience, through everything, honestly, I take every experience as much as I can and every opportunity to learn something from it, to grow from it. And, this was no exception. So today I wanted to just talk a little bit about self-care and your body. Now, a few weeks ago, my mom just in and out of the hospital, a lot of just COPD is what she had. And she was at the end stages of it. So it's basically a lung disease. And essentially, she was having trouble, getting rid of the CO2 in her system and so on and so forth. So I'm not going to get into the whole long and short of that story. But the basic premise is I was basically in and out of the hospital with her all the time. She was back home trying to help her do this, do that, also work, take care of my house, take care of my world. And at the same time, when we have things in our life, that are what we would call a crisis, and this time was, I would say, more of a crisis, we really need to honor our bodies, particularly at these moments, and take care of them. All right, so really quick, client came in, I don't know, and I believe the universe always provides whatever it is that we need, always has our back, as long as we are listening and paying attention. So about, I don't know, maybe 4 weeks ago now, a client comes in and I'm massaging them, and I'm working on them. We're talking about, self-care and crisis and stuff like that. Well, we talk about taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, particularly our spirit as well. I'm, like I said, a little more body focused with these videos, but taking care of ourselves, just in general, in a sense of like during the week. And can you take an hour out of your week to just take care of you? That would be a really great practice to begin to implement. Well, maybe it's not a full hour. Maybe it's 4 15-minute sessions or 2 half-hour sessions. Whatever that is, whatever it is, a way that you can fit in these self-care times, if you will, it would be, can you imagine what you can create in your body with that, or create with yourself? So that being said, again, in and out of the hospital, lots of stuff going on. And the other thing that my client said to me was, Cheryl, she said, yeah, during normal times, we should do self-care at least once a week. In a crisis, we need to do it every day. Wow. It really hit me, and I got it. I had been doing some of that, not as conscious. I would be making sure that I was taking time to say walk my dogs in the woods. For me, that is very rejuvenating. Be in my house, and believe it or not, cleaning my house is really rejuvenating. It gives back to me. I'm creating in my space. So it's contributing back to me. Also, making sure we're taking time to, again, care for our bodies. And it's not just saying, hey, thank you, body, having that gratitude is actually making sure we're taking care of it. So a lot of times when we have a crisis, we get upset, we get emotional, and things go a little wonky and we emotionally eat. I'm not going to say I didn't emotionally eat at all. However, I became more conscious of that during this time to not emotionally eat. What do I mean? Well, it means that I'm not going to, pile away like 10 cookies or 3 donuts or something like that. Yeah, did I have a couple sweet things here and there? Absolutely. Although when somebody asked me about, well, my brother actually was somewhere and he said, hey, what kind of food would you like? I'm going to bring something home. I was like, all right. First I went to like, oh, this and this. He's like, oh, there's this really great salad here. It's a spinach salad, strawberry. I'm like, oh, immediately I knew that that's what my body required. It needed the spinach, it needed the fresh fruit, it needed that chicken, that protein. Good food, good energy to take in at that moment. So I really worked on practicing those self-care tips, those ways to really, do good for me, by me, and take those moments out. So my cousin came up from Georgia, and she was there with me, with my mom, while she was at home in hospice care, and we were essentially tag teaming the whole time. So to try to get some sleep, that didn't happen the best, but to do some of that was important. So we did do some of that. And, I said, hey, why don't you take a moment and leave for a little bit? She's like, yeah. So she took my car and she went out one night just for like a little bit to pick something up and came back. And I would do the same thing. I'd go home, I'd water some of my flowers. Again, taking time to preserve me so that I can continue to do the things that I would like to do and to actually be there and care for my mom in a better way. So if we look at that from the standpoint or perspective of parenting, a lot of parents, I believe, think that it is better to just, I got to do for the kids, I got to do for the kids, I got to do for the kids. Well, what is it, A, that you're showing them, and B, that's not happening because you're so driven, focused on, well, the kids got to go to this sport, they got to do this, they got to do this, we got to go here, we got to go there, or whatever that is. What if you actually showed them and said, hey, I need to take time out for me. So I'm going to take 15 minutes every day. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to read a book. And I'm going to maybe set a timer. Or 3 days a week, 4 days a week. And take care of you, your body. It could mean taking a bath. For me, I have my hot tub, but I love my hot tub. In the mornings, a lot of time, I will go out in my hot tub with my cup of coffee, I'll listen to the birds, and I'll just be. These moments can also create a space. Well, it can give you a sense of space, and also can create a sense of peace, and it can allow us to be able to really know what the body's telling us. Now, hopefully you dived into that last video that I did on kinesiology, muscle balancing, muscle testing. Now, if you didn't, please go see it, because that was an amazing, I think it was amazing. I think it's an amazing tool. It really can show us where we're saying, yes, our body wants this or it doesn't want it, because we've been so head driven and we're so into our heads that we've sort of diluted the process of what our body really requires. Okay, so again, parenting, showing our kids, hey, mom needs 15 minutes here, so I'm putting the timer on. When the timer's off, you can come talk to me, or whatever. If you're not bleeding and you're not dying, then don't talk to me for 15 minutes or half an hour or whatever that looks like for you. Again, it's self-care for the body, asking it what it would like to eat. Use this kinesiology tool. So again, if you didn't watch the video, go back and watch it. And it's going to show you, yes, I want that. No, I don't. Or, are you hungry? Do you want to eat? Are you eating for somebody else? Is it even yours, the craving? So self-care in your body. So I would like you for the next week to take, again, however you want to break it apart, an hour, at least an hour. And again, break it up to 2 sections, do one, do more than that. That's great. It's all good. Whatever you choose, just do at least an hour and make it more conscious focus. Meaning you're saying, wow, okay, body, I'm doing this for you. Or you're being, I'm doing this for me right now. Reading a book, again, taking a nap even could be. But make sure that you are consciously aware of it. Don't be like, go through your week and like, oh, I did those things for me. Well, that's great. That's awesome. It will become reflexive at some point. It might not be at the moment. For me, it is more reflexive, and I still have to be conscious at moments to be going, okay, what does my body require? Like eating a little bit better during that time of crisis, making sure I was getting out almost once a day for maybe an hour just to go back to my house for a little bit, walk my dog, get a breath of fresh air, and before I came back into the mix. So really important here, self-care and taking care of our bodies. The more we take care of our bodies, the more we have gratitude and are conscious about taking that moment, the more we can create those changes that we're looking for. Now, these videos are not created so to necessarily, so you can lose weight or so, the right diet to do or any of that. This is all about tapping into our body's wisdom and what it needs and requires. Everyone is unique. Everyone is different. And everyone's body responds differently, and requires different things. Now, not everybody understands doing this self-care thing. It's sort of, it's almost like a new thing for people. And it's when we do that, and actually, it wasn't completely understood with some people that were around me at moments here and there. I'm like, look, I need to take care of me too. This is really important. And sometimes my mom didn't really quite always get that either. I was like, look, it's important to take care of me so that I can be me and be whatever that is for me, my life, my living, and do these types of things. So again, a learning experience, amazing. Take some time this week. If you haven't watched that kinesiology video, go back and watch that. And then I really would love for you to take those moments, whatever that is, that full hour this next week, and ask your body what it would like to do. Ask your body if it wants to go for a walk. Ask it if it wants to lay down. Ask it if it wants to run for 30 minutes, because that could also be what your body requires. Don't think it's just about rest. Right? So don't limit, don't restrict it, just stay open and be conscious of these times that you're taking care of your body this week. Okay? All right, guys, that's it. That's not too bad, right? You can do that. An hour. I think you could probably do 2 if you really want it. Well, I dare you. I double dog dare you to do 2 hours. All right, hit me up sometime, send me an email, click subscribe, like the video, and I guess I will see you soon. See ya.